Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. I'm trying to remember what we did last weekend. Oh, yeah, we picked 4 games, and we got all 4 right. Again, are you following this ridiculous run? 10-1-1 the past 3 weeks. 13-1-1 if you include Monday Night Football. 29-19 on the year, about 60%. Are you absolutely crazy? So you cannot wait to get to the picks. But first, you know what really grinds my gears? People that don't realize we've been doing this show long. Grinds our gears was just starting out on the Family Guy, and that's an homage because we are consistently putting out a new product. But we'll change it up for the holidays. You know what really burns every candle in my menorah? Hanukkah, not the holiday, the song that Adam Sandler does where he just replaces the words and everything, and then he gets more money from you people that have gotten so lazy you forgot it's new, fresh content that entertains like we've been giving you 8 years. You hear that, Mark Cuban? Maybe it's time to put this on your goddamn groundbreaking AXS channel. Now, you want to get to these picks. My first pick, the San Francisco 49ers are getting 2 from the Cleveland Browns in Ohio. Look, we all know what Blaine Gabbert and Johnny Manziel have in common. They were both huge busts by the teams that drafted them. But do you know what the difference is between them? And it's a huge difference. Blaine Gabbert knows that he was a bust because while he kept doing his best on the field in Jacksonville, he realized that he kept underachieving, which is why the Jags sent him there to San Francisco, where he is making the most of his second chance. How about that win last week? Meanwhile, Johnny Manziel does nothing but spit in the face of the people and the city that took a chance on them, thinking he's smarter than them. First, it was his legendary half-game suspension at A&M, and then he's checking into rehab to make people think it was the booze going into his mouth more than the booze echoing through his ears that was affecting his play. And now he's been given back the starting job, not because Coach Mike Mateen thinks he deserves it, but the front office insists he take it. So let me ask you, what will you put your money on this Sunday? Blaine Gabbert, who has learned from the beating he's taken in the media, or Johnny Manziel, who thinks he's above it? And before you answer, ask yourself this. When was the last time Janae Rice has stepped out of line in the past year? Exactly. Somebody learned their lesson, and so did Blaine Gabbert. Take the Niners. I've been waiting all season to use that picture. All right, my next pick. The Lions are giving 2.5 to the Rams. This game started out as a pick'em, or as they like to say during the Hanukkah season, a spin of the dreidel. Yeah, Hanukkah, not Chanukah. Why do people always pronounce the C? It's silent. The only C I use during Hanukkah is when I send a card to my ex and her Jew boyfriend. Did she call? All right. Anyway, at any rate, it doesn't take a genius to see that all 4 sides of the block of the dreidel tells Jews and people that are going to heaven to put your money on Detroit as Case Keenum is starting again. And considering the last time we saw him, he was on the turf in Baltimore with his head spinning like a dreidel, he's going to be a little gun shy, which is never a good thing when it comes to the city of Detroit. How did I land that without laughing? Take the Lions. Been waiting all year to use that picture. All right, let's offend somebody else this time. The Eagles are giving 1.5 to the Buffalo Bills in Philly. Here's the stat of the week. Of the 32 coaches in the NFL, Chip E. coli Kelly, he's that upsetting, is the only coach that is not from any existing coaching tree. Still, doesn't take a genius that, given the state of the NFL, terrible coaches basically grow on trees. But what have we learned at this point in the season? Charles Darwin has proven it. The team that usually wins is the team with the most players that started out in trees. Did you think that joke was hilarious? If you were offended, you just haven't evolved enough yet, people. The Bills are a bunch of animals. Take that defense. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday Night Better, as I like to call it. How do we keep doing it? The Giants are giving one, among other things, like entire games away, to the Dolphins in Miami. And here I get to finally use a pick. The Giants have lost an NFL record 5 games when leading with 2 minutes left in the game this year because Tom Coughlin, sorry Joe, seems to have lost his mind. And while most men his age have trouble finishing, this time it can no longer be overlooked. Don't even watch this game till the final quarter or you will lose your mind because the Dolphins will win it late as Tom Coughlin continues to give away more games this season than Toys for Tots will this entire month. Take the Dolphins. That was a fun Geno's Picks.